Hi everyone, welcome back. Taylor here. Now, if you care at all about personal development or psychology or mental health, it's likely because you're trying to relieve some kind of emotional pain or distress or overall discomfort or challenge that you're facing, likely in hopes of achieving something more positive and pleasant like happiness or your health or contentment or just overall peace of mind in some way. Now, even though this is what Sigmund Freud describes as the classic characteristic of human nature to avoid pain and to seek out pleasure, I tend to agree with Viktor Frankl, who was the psychiatrist who was imprisoned in a concentration camp during World War II and wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning, which describes the fact that truly it is actually our desire for meaning in life that is at the deepest core of our human nature. Like the thing that we really want out of life is meaning instead of a surface level and potentially temporary sense of pleasure and contentment and that is just trying to avoid pain. And so if you think about this, think about how much deeper an idea of meaning is. If you have something meaningful that you are going after in your life, if you feel like your life actually has its own meaning to it, that is maybe unique and different from those around you, that's so much more long term and that can be so much more motivating for you because it's giving you such a broader scope and broader image of what your life could look like, but also what you could feel like going forward. Especially because you can pursue that goal, pursue that meaning completely on your own if you wanted to. Compare that to sometimes the extremely surface level experience of just seeking pleasure. If you're only focusing on pleasure, pleasure, just like any other kind of emotional experience, is very temporary. But this sense of meaning gives us direction to our lives, gives us this pull, this emotional pull towards something, so that no matter what we're feeling on a daily basis, we can still be drawn to this thing that is so important to us and that we care so much about. But the problem is that if you're seeking that meaning, and by the way, I think of that meaning as truth. I like to call it truth. It sounds dramatic, I know, but I like to use that word truth because in reality, with all the people that I've been working with over the years, people just want to know the truth about who they are. They want to know the truth about their life, about like the reason they exist, about what they could do, what their potential is, what impact they could have on other people and the world. So really, we're searching for meaning, if you want to use Viktor Frankl's terminology, but we're really just hunting for truth. I like thinking about that. It's like this active pursuit. We're exploring, we're finding our way through this maybe uncharted territory in the woods, hunting for the truth of who we are. Because it's gotten covered up, it's gotten shrouded very early on in our lives, almost immediately in our lives, by society, by the world around us, by social media, by our parents, by everybody who ever talks to us and shares an opinion about life and about how life is supposed to be lived. We are all very impressionable animals when we are so young because everybody wants to teach us what they have learned themselves. And so we have to go through all the layers to hunt for what's really true. Who's telling me what's true? What can be trusted? What is true about me that I want to hold on to? And the big thing is that even though you recognize that truth is such a powerful thing and you realize how much you want meaning in your life and you really want know your purpose and have the direction that your life is going to go, that's just the first door. The second door, though, is when you recognize how much work goes into not only finding your truth, discovering your truth in the wilderness, but holding on to it and doing something with it. You know, it's not enough to find the treasure. You have to then do something with the treasure. You're not just going to put it in your closet and be like, all right, cool, I got the treasure, now I'm done. No, you got to do something with it. What are you going to do when you find that treasure in yourself? And the real problem is that so many people get excited about this. They get so excited about the truth because they feel the depth and the profundity of this experience of knowing their meaning in life and knowing where their life could go. But they get terrified and they don't open that second door because they don't want to put in the work that is needed. Now, I want to just lay this out extremely basically. When people have a hard time with honesty, people have a hard time with truth, because sometimes truth is extraordinarily painful. Think about anything in the news. If it's something that's real and it's true and it's honest, it's not pretty all the time. Sometimes we have to have conversations in our work and in our relationships that are so hard, but it's coming from a place of truth and it's better for you long term. But so many people don't want to deal with the pain and the discomfort of learning how to say those things or learn how to live in that truth. And so they never actually end up finding theirs. They never actually finish the hunt. It's like they go set sail, and then after a little while, they're like, you know what, this isn't worth it, let's head back. So you have to accept the fact ahead of time, before you even get to that first door, before you ever even get really excited about finding the meaning of your life, you have to accept the fact that there are going to be ridiculous challenges along this path. There's going to be ridiculous amounts of discomfort and pain along the way. But if you are able to see that and see that the treasure is worth it to hunt for, the truth of who you are is worth it to hunt for and grab onto and claim, then you know that that pain and that discomfort and that strife, some people call it suffering, will be worth something, and it will be temporary compared to a type of pleasure, or compared to suppressing what's making you uncomfortable just to try and feel better about things, even though you'll never get to the depth that you really want. Anybody I ever talk to just wants more out of life. They want more than just what's happening here and now. They want more in their future. They want to live up to their potential. But you can't do that without hitting so many obstacles along the way. For a path to be cleared, it has to have a ton of rocks and trees lying across it. It will not just be clear on its own. So please keep that in mind as you begin to think about, especially in this coming year, what truth do you want to find about yourself? Is it in your work? Is it in your relationships? Is it just you as an individual going into this next year? What truth are you looking for? What is the true nugget of meaning to your life that you are really questioning right now and you really want to hunt for? Because you have to own that. This is that level of selfishness that a lot of people are not giving themselves permission to give, or to do, You have to give yourself permission to own your own desires, your own treasure hunt. So then you get to draw the map. You get to build the boat. You get to plot the course, and you get to lead yourself through the challenges and grow in the most extraordinary and deep ways than you can ever imagine. Keep that in mind. Let me know how this goes for you. Go ahead and comment below or send me a message just letting me know what is the truth that you are looking for. In the meantime, please take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and I'll talk to you again soon.